We've been stopped on the I-5 for over an hour now. Traffic has not moved, terrible accident. I happened to meet my friend Zent. He's also stuck in traffic. He was like 3 cars behind me. We had so much time. I did a full tire change, put the track tires on the car, and we still have not moved at all. I hope we get to the track day eventually. Maybe tomorrow? Monday track day maybe? After an hour and a half, we're finally starting to move very, very slowly. So with this first session, I'm really just kind of feeling things out in the track, where the grip is in the pavement and where the grip is in the car. Because since the last time I was here, I added a few changes. Most notably are the Tein lowering springs. The car is now much lower and slightly stiffer. Additionally, those springs do seem to have added a bit of understeer to the overall bias of the car, though that seems to be offset by the enormous amount of tire grip I've added to this thing, because last time I was here I was on those 215 section with Falcon RT 615K tires, which were kind of heat cycled out and worn, and now I'm on these 225 section with Nexen SUR4G tires, which just have a lot more grip. And so you notice the first session I'm really kind of working on my steering inputs and really trying to figure out when I can brake and when I can accelerate and kind of how I can steer the car on the track to kind of make it work. Though right away the improvement in grip is resulting in quicker lap times. In this first session, I'm running back to back 208 laps, which is already a personal best. I believe I ran a 209 when I was last here on the pretty worn out Falcons. But as you'll see on the last lap of the first session, I had some clear track, and then this happened. End of the first session, a lot of impressions, a lot of things I need to kind of figure out, a lot of traffic, a lot of cars that should be way faster than me, but we're not. But stoked. I did my 206 just 206.99. There's a bit of traffic, but I just made it happen. Really pleased with that. Hopefully we knock a few more tenths off there before it gets too hot. I know my driving was not super great. I'm really learning to re-drive the car on these Nexens. They have so much more grip. So I find myself braking too early for things, or kind of not quite knowing where the grip's at. Hopefully I can kind of figure that out, get that to a low 206, maybe even a 205 if the weather kind of holds off here for a little bit. Okay, so we had to wrap up the second session early. I'm not sure if you can see on the video, but there was a black Cayman in front of me who puked all of his coolant in sweeper and spun out, and then puked all that coolant across the entire width of the track, which was very helpful. So they called our session short. It's okay, I was getting stuck in a lot of traffic anyway, but I was still learning stuff in the second section about kind of where I can put the car on the course with these grippier Nexen tires, kind of what I can and can't do. But still, first session is still the best lap time with the 206.99. I just got that 206 in there by literally 100th. That's where we're currently at. As far as the car itself, motor feels good. Trans still feels kind of like garbage when it gets hot, so I'm guessing better trans fluid on the OEM Honda stuff can really hang. As far as the chassis stuff and suspension and handling, since the last time I was here, I have added the Tein lowering springs as well as the non-adjustable smaller progressor sway bar. I think it's a 22 mil bar, since my buddy still has my 24 mil adjustable bar. As far as the handling balance, I suspect these Tein springs are both a little bit too soft and have lowered the car a little bit too much, because now the car doesn't really want to rotate even with a larger rear sway bar. It just doesn't really want to play as much until you really lean on it hard and it gets kind of snappy. So I suspect in the future a decent coilover system is going to be a real requirement for this car, because it's clear that even with these 225 Nexens, which are very loud by the way, I'm really reaching the limits of what the suspension can do even with these slightly stiffer and lower springs. But overall, the car feels good, and like I said, I learned a few things in that second session. Hopefully I can kind of put it all together, knock a few more tenths off, get this car to a low 206. It's already 85 degrees, the highest will be 95, so quite warm out here, no clouds at all. So we're gonna see what I can do in the next sessions. Hopefully they clean up the track and kind of get it ready for us to go. Unfortunately, the third section was pretty much a wash for me. Just a lot of me overdriving the car getting hot, tires getting hot, and then me catching traffic. So no really good clean laps here. A lot of like 207s and 208s and the occasional high 206. Let's keep going. Fourth session wasn't looking very good either, with a lot of traffic, and especially with me overdriving the car and the car getting hot. It was over 95 degrees at this point. I didn't think things were going to pan out, but at the very end, I had a clean shot, and here's what happened. Yes, I found more than 3/10 my time, bringing my lap time down to a 206.66, which is awesome for a stock Power Civic Si that's not particularly well modified. I mean, it's a really simple setup with just 225 tires, Koni shocks, and lowering springs in the BBK. Totally stock power, nothing fancy going on here. It's a really great result. And this is where I would end the video, but there was a 5th session, and I get to embarrass myself now. Unfortunately, the heat and brightness of the sun totally nuked the GoPro, so I only caught the end of this, but basically I tried to be extra brave through bus stop, going through the top of 4th gear, which is like 85 miles an hour, and I went straight off, took a huge dirt nap. Here's what happened. Well, as you saw or may not have saw, I'm not sure, the GoPro ran out of memory there for a second, but last session I went off a bus stop. Brakes just kind of locked up and kind of froze, like ice mode for the ABS, I guess. You know, pedal went hard, the car just didn't really slow down at all. So I ended up taking a pretty decent dirt nap in the bus stop, you know, going through there like 80 miles an hour. You kind of just get covered with dust and dirt. I got covered too, but notice I think I broke a fender liner because the car was dragging with a plasticky sound, and sure enough, I think my fender liner kind of ate it. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. So, kind of ripped this fender liner off. Carnage. Fender liner, fender liner, fender liner, fender liner. Splash guard. Everything's okay, just killed all that plastic. And that's a wrap on Buttonwillow track day. As you can probably see in the background, I just got done dealing with even more traffic. This was stupid. The freeway is now shut down northbound I-5 in a different spot. I'm going south, but everyone on I-5 south had to stop and rubberneck at a crash, of course. But now, finally through that, got my 206 lap time, pretty pleased with that for the weather conditions. And stay tuned for the next episode of Project Civic Si, where I continue to do more fun things. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.